Hey folks, it's Ignited Coyote and Mrs. Coyote, and we are in Cumberland Gap, Tennessee at the historic 1890 Methodist Church. And they're renovating this church right now, coming fall 2021, 1,500 square foot event space with gardens. Available for your next wedding, reunion, graduation, and more. And this is the old church in Cumberland Gap. If you can see it. Now folks, before we do anything else, I got to remind you, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and like it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future video. And share it with your friends. And speaking of friends, we have got to give a big shout out to two new friends we met. And spent a long time talking to them the other night. Probably wore them out. Scooter and Melissa. They're some great folks, ain't they?
Oh, yes.
Really enjoyed ourselves. Hey, guys. And you know, we was just talking to those folks about this little town, Cumberland Gap, Tennessee, the other night. Didn't know we was going to be down here today, but we never know where we're going to be.
Melissa and Scooter was really nice. That's really nice folks.
Lots of fun talking to them.
Fortunate to run into so many nice people.
Yeah. It's always a lot of fun to run into a guy who knows about old school wrestling.
Oh, Lord, you sure talked that.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Wow.
When we drove by and saw this, we was afraid that they was going to tear it down. We was really thrilled to see it was a renovation.
Yes,
they
I was
doing.
Scared. I thought, oh no, surely not.
So that's really great.
It had such beautiful little windows. I love those church windows.
I hope they keep a lot of the original stuff though. Hey, we have just met Bill, who is working on the church actually, and he's offered. What's that?
I own it.
Oh, he owns the church and working on it. And he's going to give us a little tour of what they're doing to
So
it.
this is, we actually found a Civil War bayonet down there from
Oh my
1860.
goodness.
Right down here.
Right down in here.
Oh man, that is so cool.
But do a little pano if you want.
Yeah.
Let's see how wild it is in here. This is what a restoration looks like.
Well, it sure is.
Everybody
Ain't it?
has no idea the work that goes in this. Wow.
Now, please, if you see this video and you live around here, don't just come and come around in here because you could get hurt. We was going to video from the outside, but we was lucky enough to meet the owner who has brought us in and gave us a safe guided tour. So or any place like this, don't just jump in any place like this on your own. You can get hurt. This is so great, though. We was, like I said when we opened the video, we seen this and we thought, oh God, they're tearing that old church down. Oh, and the windows, he said they took the windows out because they're shifting the building as they fix it and it would break them. So the windows are safe and they're going to go back.
Yep, 100%.
Do you have to do anything on that end of the?
Yes.
Is it pretty? You do.
And he said that they'd already had like 2 or 3 requests for weddings in it. So apparently that is going to work out.
Yeah.
To have that. It's beautiful in here, and this is great. And we'll have to come back when it's finished.
Yes.
And
These beams right here were planted about 300 years ago. They were milled out of chestnut trees about 130 years ago.
Oh my goodness, the beams right there.
We're salvaging them to the extent that we can, but there's
that means
better than 60% of the floor was rotted out, so we're having to redo it.
But you're salvaging as much as is safely possible.
But unfortunately, this nature got so much of this building.
Yeah.
We're doing the best we can, You try to save, and at the end of the day, it's whatever structurally safe.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. To be able to save a little bit of it. It's like the Grand Ole Opry building down there. They got that little circle on the stage from the old one, and, just any little bit counts. And you've saved the windows,
I love how that.
And I love those old church windows.
There. What do you call that? That cut.
The little cove.
Oh yeah.
But the cables are what's holding this building together at the moment.
We actually attended a church in Virginia that had some of those cables in it just as a permanent part of the fixture where it was so old, and they just come in and pulled them together.
We're working on the bottom ones will probably come out, but the upper ones will probably stay.
Yeah. Well, we certainly hope you're the best of success with it.
Work that it's going to be. I mean,
And it's not done yet, so if something doesn't look to code, just
Yeah. Well,
we're
obviously,
still
yeah,
working it.
you're working. Like I said, that's why you need to be safe around
Another drive-by.
places like that.
We got fans that we have people who drove down here from Indiana to see us.
You could probably get it done a lot quicker if there wasn't people like us coming by. Oh, let us take some
The reason we
pictures.
put the sign at the door
Yeah,
is to
yeah.
keep people from walking up
Yeah,
the steps.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, the sign helps because that's what, like I said, we thought they was turning it down, and it was so relieving to see that sign. Well, we thank you so much for this, for letting us on there. We didn't think we'd get anything on the inside. There, your bill, you own it, and obviously you're working on it right there and doing a great
What happens
job.
when you get
Yeah.
when you work?
When you live your passion.
The 5 most commonly asked questions. How old is it? 1890. What are you going to do with it? Make it an event center? Who's doing it? Me and my wife.
Oh, you guys are just yourself doing this. It isn't like
Oh,
a
my
society or a,
goodness, you're doing all this?
group.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that is incredible.
Oh, this man and his wife
Oh, yes.
have tackled this job.
Yeah.
And so far, they're making it.
We're still married.
Well, that's a
First
bit.
project, though.
Well,
Not our
okay.
first
Oh,
project.
really?
Okay, so y'all probably worked it out on you first.
So, are you local here?
No,
or-
we're from Oregon, actually.
Wow,
So
you are?
we sold everything there and traveled the country for about 7 months looking for something to do. And so we stopped here and
Wow,
bought
you sure
this.
felt something.
Oh, well,
to
you
do.
guys are videoing yourself, now, folks. Right here behind the church, they're going to put in gardens that you can get married in. Where this trailer's at, there's going to be gardens. They're going to fix up this building for events, and you'll be able to rent out the parsonage next door there for like overnight
Yeah.
for your wedding group. So it's it's going to be really great. We got to come back when
We
they
got-
finish and do it. Okay, now folks, look at this.
So we had this evaluated, and originally it was about 14 inches long, 58 caliber, 1860 Civil War relic we found under the building. What we found is a bunch of little fire pits around when we were digging up, and around each one we find utensils and stuff like that. But the coolest thing is, I mean, that's
Now, what's that
Wow.
called? You said?
a
That's a
bayonet.
bayonet.
Goes on the end of a gun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And we
yes,
stab.
yes.
Yeah. Those reenactments we went to,
Yes,
you've
yes.
seen.
That
and
was-
those, now that was
yes.
rich. If you know the plaque we read down here talking about where it changed hands a couple times,
Yeah.
Civil War. No doubt,
The camp
one
was
side
here.
or the other it had bivouac.
The camp was right here.
I see they bivouacked here, and
Yep.
somebody had probably went to sleep in there and lost his bayonet.
Yep. So we haven't found a lot more than this, just some utensils and stuff and lots of nails, but that one's a cool find.
Yeah, because the church goes back to
That
1890,
is.
so
Yep.
they probably had the camp literally right here under the foundation
Yep.
of this, and some guy lost his bayonet while he's asleep.
And when they built the church, they actually just built it right on top of the ground.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
didn't really have like
Yeah.
codes back then.
Yeah.
That's why we're having to dig out. We're digging out 18
A
inches.
Civil War bayonet. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is.
Fun.
That's amazing.
Anyway,
Well, it's fantastic meeting you, and thank you so much
Yeah.
Yes.
for this. You made
Come
what
back
was
again.
just going to be like a 5-minute walk
We'll
around and
drive
talking
by
about
occasionally
somebody.
when we're
Yeah,
around to see how the
we just want to
progress
walk
is
around and
going.
shoot this, and we just want to say, well, somebody, and we figured it was a town down here is renovating this church, and you've changed that, like I said, a 3 to 5 minute video into a whole video of some really interesting
And I
stuff.
look like hell,
We
so.
appreciate you. Hey,
we had a long day here. We did a measurement mess up, and we had
I'm
to make a
telling you,
correction.
this just amazes me how they.
you show me a guy that can work and not get dirty, and I'll show you a guy who can lie really good about working.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, we've got to thank Bill Lynn for showing us around this. We didn't expect to actually get an inside look at it, but he's working right now, so we ran into him. Very generous man, very talented man in his restorations, because they've done this before with stuff.
Yes,
they are
I've
like-
seen some of his work, and he can really.
He said him and his wife done this. You heard the story. They left and looked around for something to do, and found this. And he showed us some pictures of this one place he redone, and it just looked like a throwaway place that you couldn't do nothing with. And they just made it beautiful. It was just beautiful. But this is great. This old church, certainly, you folks that watch this channel know I love old country churches.
And how old was the oldest Bible he's found so far?
They found a Bible, and they've found that bayonet, and he said they found a Bible in there dated from 1817.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
It'll
fantastic.
be a beautiful place for weddings.
Oh, yes.
And to stay.
I mean, it'd be a dream place. They're fixing the
Yes.
parsonage up over there, and you'll be able to rent that out
Yes.
per night for a group to stay there. So we will definitely come back and see what it looks like when they finish it.
Yes. We'll keep it. We'll have it back updated.
Well, we appreciate the Lynn's and them letting us see the inside this church, and we appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Bill. We
Yep.
appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys. We meet the nicest people. We just
I'm
met two
telling
folks
you,
the other night.
Yes. It's just
There, we
so
meet the
nice.
nicest people. Eventually, we meet somebody mean that'll whoop us.
Oh my
But,
goodness. I couldn't handle
I mean, our luck's
that.
gonna run out.
Yes.
They'll just whoop us. But anyway,
But isn't this a beautiful place?
yeah, we appreciate you guys. And remember, be careful around construction sites if you're going around one yourself. And this is kind of give you an idea of where the church is at.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah.
I love down here. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite places.
Yeah.
I just love it down here.
Hey, folks, thanks for coming along with us on another little adventure back to the historic town of Cumberland Gap,
Wow.
Tennessee, and visiting the old church, the Cumberland Gap Methodist Church, being restored by Bill and his wife. We appreciate you. What do we say, Mrs. Coyote?
Bye.
Bye.